What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody, back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at a boy DSP's daily rap video. After a day of low support, self-soothing, and screaming at the Kick Dents for not supporting. That's right. Kick has decided to protest their withholding until DSP decides to bring out the steering wheel and play Forza. And it looks like, pig-headed DSP has dug his heel in, and there's no way he will ever play Forza. All we need for is the Forza to be game of the year to shove it in his big dumb face. So anyway, let's see what he had to say on the daily rap. By the way, I do have another video that I'm going to put out. I was going to talk about it here, but then it would probably make this video 30 minutes long, and not going to do it. But it's in regards to the whole Pokemon card scheme or gimmick that DSP is trying to sell his dents, and no one is buying it. So let's get into the daily rap, and then after that, we'll publish the next video. So let's get into it.
What's up, everyone? It is time once again to recap everything that went down today on DSP Gaming right here on the Daily Wrap. I'm DSP, and let's talk all about what went down today. It was a good day. Overall, I was pleased. Good stuff. New release. Good progress in another game. Good vibes. Let's talk. We started off today with the DSP morning show. And today I had some big updates, including some updates on the Pokemon cards and some things that I bought to store them in, as well as some changes to the schedule this week, including me playing a completely different game today than I was originally scheduled to play because of other factors going on, like schedule changes later this week. It was a chill hour. We had a good time. And then we jumped into the new release for today, which was not Forza Horizon 5 at all, but instead Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. And let me tell you something. I'm actually very pleased with my choice. Remember, I had the option of playing Forza Horizon 6 or Lego Batman. And to be honest with you, again, I said this on the morning show, but I'll say it again. I feel like Microsoft really kind of ruined Forza Horizon 6. And when I mean that, what I say by that is, what I mean by that when I say it, excuse me, is that they overexposed the game and spoiled it for everyone. Even people who aren't into Forza Horizon knew about what it was like, the surprises, the parts of the game that they added that were a little different and quirky. That sucks. Like for me, when I'm playing a game, I don't want to know everything about a game before it comes out. I want to be pleasantly surprised by good content. The fact that they gave the game out to literally every single creator who asked for it. So we're talking, normally, if a game goes out early, it goes to a few hundred people, maybe, 1,000. I'm not exaggerating. There's people out there who stream to 10, 20 people, and they got Forza Horizon 6 free. Therefore, literally, the game was monstrously overexposed over the course of the weekend. And by the time that it's coming out today, fully on Game Pass, I don't care. I already, am past it. I'm over it. And that's on Microsoft. So rather than play this grindy, repetitive driving game that was going to make me do all this repetitive stuff that I knew people were going to get bored of right away, I opted to spend extra money to get the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight Deluxe Edition, which lets you play it several days early. And the reason I did that is because I'm not here Friday. Originally, I was going to be, but now because my weight machine is showing up and I have to be here to accept it and build it and all that, I can't stream. So I would miss out on Batman and have to play it Sunday. That would suck. So I said, you know what? We're going to play Batman today. And I paid a little extra and we got it. Man, I'm glad I did. The game is great. The graphics are outstanding. Best looking Lego game ever. The game is literally Lego Arkham City, if that makes sense. The whole first 2 hours are intro, where all you're doing is you're learning the history of Bruce becoming Batman through the history of Batman media. So it starts off with an origin story. Then it starts off with him training with Ra's al Ghul, a la Batman Begins. But then it jumps into the plot line from The Batman. So you're getting all these different movies and media put together into one, which actually works surprisingly well. I really liked how they did it. And then after having done 3 intro missions, you're finally into the meat of the game and you get to explore Gotham City. This is where the game actually got even better because now you can zip line all around, grabbing collectibles, completing challenges, and doing all kinds of fun stuff. And I just started doing it and we ran out of time. So I would argue my first 3 hours of Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, absolutely great. Loved every moment of it. Audience was there and liked it too. Oddly, support wasn't outstanding, but wasn't bad. It was kind of middle of the road. And you're thinking, oh, big release day, right? But I think what happens is, I am playing it early. And because of that, there's going to be some people who maybe really like Batman or my Lego playthroughs, but they're going to stay away because they don't want to, spoil for them because they're going to get it on Friday. And that I totally understand. But overall, it went well. So if you didn't see the stream, I urge you to check out the videos. This game is great. I had a great time with it today. I can't wait to play it again on Thursday. Okay, so a very good start to the Lego Batman playthrough.
Okay, this is some serious fucking cope here. All right, Phil, you know what? You made a decision to play Lego because you didn't want to bring out the steering wheel and you didn't want to show how terrible of a driver you are. We all understand this, and you made that decision. You decided to work down a couple extra bucks and play Lego. You made 120 bucks. Add that, you didn't even really make 120 bucks. 30 of those were fake. All right, Phil? Fake tips, okay? So you really walked away with $90. I don't even think you recouped the cost of the actual game. And of course, you spent your whole day seething at Kick, yelling at them for not opening up their Velcro wallets. You threatened them. It was glorious and great, and I love watching you seethe and just get pissed off for the stupid decisions that you make. Again, he's such a bad gamer. He's so worried about being seen as a terrible gamer that he's willing to play these kiddie games. You know, and the funny thing was it was like someone brought up the point and said, dude, you're playing Pokemon and you're playing Legos? I mean, why are you playing these kid games? And he came out all pissed off and said, these aren't kid games. I'm playing it on harder difficulties. Kids can't play these games on harder difficulties. I mean, I'm like sitting there, I'm like, really, Phil, are you listening to yourself? I mean, I have nephews, young nephews that probably can beat the Lego in a day. It on hard difficulty, Phil. Jeez, it's some serious cope. And of course, he's just seething and pissed off because he didn't hit the goal. He didn't supersede the goal. And yeah, and then last night, he's going to talk about the night stream. Again, more fake tips. Mr. Anonymous came in, dropped $60 just to give Phil to the goal because he was stuck in $90. Again, you notice a pattern here. He seems to always now be getting stuck around $90 to $100. So I think that's his threshold right there. That's his real support, is about $100. Anything more than that is typically fake, or it's one of the whales coming in to save face and save the day. But you know, if you're just counting normal regular day support for each stream, it's roughly about $100, which makes a lot of sense. And he's coping over this. He's upset, he's sad, he's pissed off, he's seething, and he's decided, all right, well, I need to create a boogeyman. I need to create someone that the Dents can rally against. So what does he do? He goes off on detractors on the podcast, and when that didn't take root and no one cared, he decided to go after Kick. That's right, the Kick Dents that have been withholding. And let's be honest, it's two people. There's only two people on the Kick support that actually support. It's your future stepdad and Lance Catamaran. And Lance Catamaran only seems to be coming around now whenever there's a big event like a marathon or whatever. That's the only time Lance comes around. He never talks. All he does is just drop 5 or 10 subs and just leaves. It's almost like DSP texted him and said, hey, can you come out and help? I need help. The Kick chat is under attack. And Lance comes out and drops a few bucks, but it's only your future stepdad. So how does your future stepdad feel that he's doing his best? I mean, probably mortgaging off his home just to support Phil every single day. How does that make him feel when he goes off on the Kick chat? It's just funny, man. So of course, he spent the day making Kick the focus, and no one really gives a shit. The YouTube people don't really care. The Kick chat is all LARPers and trolls anyway, so they find it funny that he's coping and seething, and he really thinks that chastising people actually makes people donate. Like, he thinks that's gonna see, it works with YouTube, because the YouTube Dents just get tired of hearing him bitch and complain, so they throw money at him. They say, look, here's money, shut up, play the game. Kick, no, it's a different animal on Kick. Kick actually loves that shit because they know they're getting under your gouty Ozempic style skin, Phil, and they're just going to keep doing it. And you don't see that. You think you're going to be able to grind them down into submission? That's not going to work, man. It isn't. And you get pissy because you start banning people. You go on banning sprees, and all that does is just energize the trolls, man. They come back in full force. They create more sock accounts, and you know what? Instead of like the kind of level, that surface level trolling that they do, where they do a couple memes here and there, they get pissed off at you, and then they come at hard on you, bro. They start insulting you. They start insulting your wife. They start insulting your Dents. They make it so that, people that want to chat, or maybe you getting any visibility in your chat, they make it impossible. So again, you lose either way. But of course, this is DSP. He thinks he knows it all, and will just continue to fail like he always does. So let's keep going.
Tonight it was Sorrows, continuing as a late stream. And to be honest with you, I wasn't sure if it was going to work as a late stream. Some days it doesn't even work as a daytime stream. But the good news was, tonight we were starting a whole new chapter, chapter 5. We had story to do. We had upgrades to unlock. We had a new area to go to, okay? And all new stuff that was in that area to do. And then basically, you know, how far can I get in 2 hours? The good news is we saw everything in chapter 5. I'm at the end. Like, I fought the boss multiple times. Second run, I did really good. And I feel like 1 or 2 more runs, I'll probably get them. And we're going to get to chapter 6. So we are now officially more than halfway through Sorrows. Okay. Attendance and engagement, pretty darn good. Support. Let's be honest. Support, sadly, was not great until like the last half hour. Up until like the last half hour, I think we only had like maybe 30 to 40 bucks. And then some people, you know, contributed, got up to 80. And then a person did a giant tip and said, here, I want it to be a good night for you. So if it wasn't for that 1 or 2 people who contributed near the end, it would have been a terrible stream. And that's what I'm worried about with Sorrows, is because it is so grindy, it's not really getting a group of people to come by and be like, oh, I love this game, here, I'll support it. But I'm still grateful to those who have. I mean, it ended up actually being a very well-supported stream because of the 1 or 2 people who did big contributions. Now, I am playing it again on Thursday night. I would urge, if you like Sorrows, please be there to support that stream so I can keep playing it, because I would like to keep playing the game. As tough as it is, I am still consistently making progress, and we are, you know, not really getting stuck tonight. Each run that I did in World 5, we got to the boss. So I feel like the next time we'll probably end up beating it and keep going. So please be there Thursday night, okay? So overall today, gameplay, good. Attendance, good. Support, overall, pretty good. So a good recovery from, you know, the crappy stream last night. But how will tomorrow go? Let's talk about it. Tomorrow, we're doing...
Oh my god, more cope again, man. Just more complete cope. Yeah, like I said, you know, one anonymous. Let's just call him anonymous. We know who he is. Anonymous again came in and dropped whatever 80 bucks to get Phil to the goal. Again, you notice a pattern here. Phil, you like to, you know, talk about how you notice patterns. That's a very big pattern there, Phil, where your donations are low and then all of a sudden one magical dent out of nowhere comes out and drops money, almost like you're lying. Almost like you're lying about it. Man, can you imagine? And again, I'm not wishing that this happens or whatever. I'm not calling for anyone to do it. But could you imagine if DSP's email gets hacked? Because we all know he keeps all of his PayPal emails. So whenever someone donates, he has an actual folder specifically for his PayPal donations. So you know exactly how many times or who's donated or whatever. Can you imagine if his shit got hacked and all his emails got exposed? My God, man. And then, you know, someone would actually take all of the money, compare it to what he actually said he made, and identify every single fake tip he ever did. My God, it would be glorious. And of course he would say, he would yell, that's illegal. They received it by legal means and all this nonsense. Won't address the issue that he got caught lying about his tips. But still, it would be very similar to the bank leak. Anyway, and again, I'm not calling for that to happen because, you know, that's not cool. Hacking people's stuff is not cool. I'm not calling for that. I'm just saying it would be extremely funny if that happened. But again, Phil, that's every single stream, brother. Every single stream you're having the same issue. You know, the days of Kino Casino support has been those are gone, man. Those are gone. I think once you are willing to accept that and you can move on, I think you would, you know, for your mental health, you would help yourself out here. You really would, because I think you're driving yourself insane. You're so worried again, and all this, you're just worried. 2 things you're worried about. 1, you're worried that your additional income is going to be gone and you're not going to be able to waste it on all this shit that you buy now. And the second thing is that, you know, you're worried about giving the trolls a W, which is, again, why do you care why do you care about what people that hate you or dislike you? Why do you care what they think about you? I don't understand that, man. I really don't, because I know myself. I have haters. Everybody has haters. And I really do not pay that much attention, you know, to those people that actually hate me. Because why? And again, those people, no matter what you do, and you're right about this, no matter what you do, Phil, you know, whether you do something positive or not, they're not going to like you anyway, because most of your negatives outweigh anything that you do positive. So as a net, you're a terrible person. And yeah, and that's 18 years of your career that you foster that hatred towards you. So I think for your mental health, brother, you really need to stop worrying about what other people think about you. You need to stop trying to create this boogeyman where it's them against us, and especially with people that actually watch your content, like your kickdance, whether they're LARPers or not, they're still there watching your content, giving you visibility, and they're giving you money via your view. You know, it's not a lot, but they still give you some money. So I think you just need to be willing to accept it and move on, man. It's not going to happen, Phil. I know that you have this hope that you'll be able to blow up, but it's not going to happen. If it hasn't happened within 18 years, Phil, it's not going to happen now. You're not going to wake up one day and, you know, the entire internet's not going to say to themselves, wow, you know what? We've been wrong about DSP. He's actually a pretty cool dude. Let's give him massive views and support. Even Asmongold, one of the biggest YouTubers and streamers out there, couldn't even help. He couldn't even get you across the finish line, because even people that liked him said, nah, man, we can't cross that line that you want us to cross. We can't support DSP. No, we're willing to buy whatever the hell you're selling. We're willing to support anyone else that you propped up. But when it comes to DSP, I'm sorry, we can't do it. We won't do it. So no. And he just needs to be willing to accept that and move on. He should be grateful, really. He should be grateful that he's able to make a living sitting there e-begging to his 50 hardcore supporters and able to make a living. I mean, that's how he should look at it. And he should just lay low, stay quiet until he either retires or this ends. Because one of the three things might happen. Either he's gonna do this till he retires. 2, no one's gonna come watch him and give him money, so he'll have to get a real job. Or he'll pass away. Those are his futures right there. I don't see any other future other than those 3 paths. One of those 3 paths, Phil. And I think you need to make peace with that, brother. Your hairline will appreciate you making peace, with your future. Okay. Anyway, that's the video, folks. I'm already pushing 16 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.